Hello everyone, and welcome. Today, instead of our normal upload, I'd like to announce my attendance at the 2023 Nashville Scyldings Event. There, I'll be representing the Praxia Society, and forging bonds among friends to face the relentless tide of modernity moving forward. In this video, I'll be explaining my hopes, goals, and expectations of the Scyldings Event, and what Praxia is able to provide, as well as what we hope to gain. This, however, is not an assessment of selfish social advancement, but rather cementing a stable foundation for all of us to defend ourselves, our civilization, and our progeny, while making lasting, sincere, fraternal bonds that so many of us have nearly been completely robbed of. First and foremost, what is Praxia bringing to the table? As our founder Vincent has explained about Praxism, it is passively the quintessential truth of reality and its derivative principles, and actively as the translation of that truth into the symbols and behaviors we enact or interact with on all levels of our experience. One might ask what use this is then. It is the way in which we can bridge divides and heal malcontent among the various spheres of dissident voices converging at events like the Scyldings Conference. From the primitivist piratical bands of Europagans rejecting the passivity and cruelty of modernity toward man and nature, to the esoteric, high-minded Orthodox defenders of the faith in Catholicism bearing down on the moral degradation of society, and even still, to the Machiavellian academics and politicos aiming to outmaneuver and overcome bloated state bureaucratic nightmares, punishing our allies and threatening our families with chaos and disorder. These all and much more are avenues down which Novus Givus, the personified ideal of Praxism, may walk. Many of us are viciously competent, highly independent, and incredibly motivated, which is understandable as to why heads knock together in bouts of infighting or drama. Every man wishes to be king of his castle, and to some that may mean fighting every claimant to the throne. However, with the help of the Praxis Society and many in our sphere, we can erect a citadel as a nexus for each of our castles to converge at, so we can exploit every misstep our technocratic enemies take to eventually circulate them with ourselves or our friends, as the rightful elites to guide our communities upward. My expectations are to speak with as many gentlemen as possible, and get as many people communicating across lines not previously thought of. The men attending the Scyldings event have already shown this in organizing the event itself, but also in starting or proliferating groups like the Basket Weavers, the Beowulf Foundation, the Old Glory Club, and more. For my own personal connections, I hope to extend those bonds across communities like Bertaria, the Order of St. Constantine, the Dark Council, and Praxia itself. Some of these communities are far bigger and far more established than others, but each shows that there is a far larger and more capable body of those revolting against the modern world than many might have first thought. Among those connections, we can find established examples of successful maneuvering around the system, like the Great Bear Trail, Bertaria Times, Find My Friends, the Lotus Eaters, and plenty more. These points of infrastructure are not just means of socializing, but working distribution networks of goods, services, and information to help wean all of us off our reliance to the systems at hand. Within the fortified walls of our community, it won't be all business all the time. I'm also hoping for a far more relaxing space where men can be men. Having a moment of reprieve from the daily slog is a recharging and invigorating experience to remind us all, in part, what we are working towards. All in all, I'm excited to be attending the event and excited to be expanding the Praxis Society's horizons. Thank you all, and Praxia Invictus.